been good.
I really do appreciate the questions that everybody had too, even if it made New Perspective mad that people were asking certain questions and stuff. I think it's good. I think those are the things that need to be not only discussed but thought about. Even for me that knows the way that I think it is, those are the things that need to be discussed, because you have to dig in hard and you have to dig into the depths of things in order for you to start understanding them. I mean, you can't dive away from things, hard questions or hard explanations. And there's always, no matter what plane of existence you're on, or whether you think you're in a ball or in space, everybody has to be able to say, I don't know. And they have to say, I don't know, because we don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. Nobody can explain everything, no matter where they're at. But yeah, I do enjoy these conversations with people. I really do. That's why I stay here for
Totally agree.
9 hours when I come.
Yeah, and you were able to speak for that amount of time too, it seems like.
For sure.
For sure. I wonder.
Yeah,
what's,
which is a good thing. Which is a good thing, Zaina.
Yeah, I wonder what
Not
it
a
is
negative.
about what he's sharing that gives him access to minutes upon minutes upon minutes.
What, are you jealous or something?
Not at all.
So why are you commenting? Why is that important?
Well, it proves my point.
Oh, am I still in the show? Dude, this is only like the third time I've even been in this place. The second time I've been here showing my map and everything. I apologize. I don't mean to take the floor. Go ahead.
No, don't apologize. Listen, Zainat, I don't know what your problem is. You're here every day. You're here every day, dude, and Ewan's not here much. So yeah, he took a bit of the center stage. It's not a problem.
The guy
driving. Me being jealous over him being in the center stage, dude.
Much love, Connie. Get some rest. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no clue. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's do it. Either way, it'll be all right, man. It's just more information. This Zanuck guy, man, I don't know about him. It's
a really weird framing.
It sounds like it.
So why bring it up then? You interrupted a good conversation to muse about this nonsense. That nobody else shares the sentiment. Nobody else shares this sentiment but yourself.
It wasn't it wasn't a conversation. It was an interview.
It was a conversation. Don't be a clown.
It was an interview.
Type of conversation.
Hey, what's up, Dave? You want to pop on my server, man? Do some VC, hang out. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm doing. Just playing some of this back and part 2, part 3, part 2.5. I don't know. It's all over the place. I tried to go down the line, but I had shit to do and I had to go. But anyway, welcome. This Zanuck guy kind of blowing a conversation. It was really good, man. The guy's like some kind of weirdo, man. Anyway. Yeah. All right, man. Flat Earth Dude server. There you go. I can
have a vote.
And if you ever want to come to a solution, we need to discuss the things that are happening in our world. Otherwise, you never come to a solution.
You know why he left? Because he recognized in the fact that it was an interview.
I didn't leave.
But he didn't leave.
I didn't say you
What's wrong with you?
What a manga. Yeah, he sucks. Yeah, he's jealous. Whatever.
Said your laugh.
Oh, laughed.
Oh no, I thought it was funny that you thought it was an interview. I didn't think it was an interview at all. I felt like I was just spewing out my presentation again, is what I felt
Your
like I was doing. And then
Yeah. You started
Yeah, the
doing
presentation
your
that I've
presentation again.
that I did before for everybody like a week
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, the presentation you did before for everybody a week ago. You spewed it out again. Thank you.
Instead of being an interview, like you said, an interview, I didn't feel like I was being interviewed. I felt like I set out my presentation. I was just talking.
I mean, he was like, just go, hey man, this is what's up. You guys you got questions? I got questions. Let's talk about it. And now this guy's just coming in to fucking ruin everything. What a mongo, man. What a mongo.
And showed everybody what it was.
Yeah, correct. Thank you.
Maybe
for-
not
you were
everyone
just
was-
talking
What's up, Jeeps?
and presenting.
Jealousy.
You certainly were.
Oh,
having a
yeah.
presentation. It's
I mean,
okay.
jealousy.
Yeah,
Weird.
morning, buddy. What are you mad about, Zinek? Is it over now? Or?
He's jealous. He's jealous, dude. That's what it is. Fucking
I'm
I'm not
jealous.
missed-
jealous at all.
I missed.
Ooh,
I'm,
jealousy.
I'm a social scientist. I'm studying the behavior, you know. Has nothing to do with jealousy.
Go study the behavior of fucking gamers or people who follow football or sports or something else, man. Why you got to come in here, bro? Whatever, dude. Whatever, bro.
But you guys can remove or reduce it to jealousy. And
Well,
also,
you should study
side
your
point,
own
I'm not here
behaviors.
every day. Side point, I'm not here every day, dude.
Oh yeah, you're hanging out with cool.
I think he's onto you.
I'm not
Ivan.
here every day. I'm definitely not here every day.
Almost.
Well, you're here regular enough for us to all know your views, right? We don't. Not everyone here
Maybe
knows
I'm on your
anyone's views.
minds every day. That's a different thing. But you know, it would
You
be
wish.
best if I didn't live rent free in your head.
You wish.
Well, instead of
Well,
this
maybe if you-
bullshit, I have a question for Eon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
let's
in
get back on track.
I posted something. I tagged you in the chat with the thing from Douglas Vault and with the toroidal field and with the wavefronts and everything. But it has 3 wavefronts in it, and if you look at our world with Alaska and Russia and Antarctica, that is a threesome. But we also have the Dragon Triangle, and we have the Bermuda Triangle. And when you look at the disk magnets, it's different than a bar magnet. You have also the top field is the north, but the bottom field is the south. And with those anomalies, you might be looking at a 3-dipole field, basically, in one. It's like a 3-phase electric circuit. But when you flip that picture that I showed you, when you flip that with that top bottom up, instead of that you're looking at the down thing, then that center part, that is the north, and that bottom part of that angle that is alone, that is the south, but that is up, and that thing, and the bottom is down, and east-west is moving up, is surrounding that somehow.
Where did you send this picture? On the live text or live stream text?
Yeah, in the live stream text, and I tagged you in it.
Okay.
And that follows a little bit the sun and the lemma we see in different hemisphere because it's positioned in different directions from each corner in our.
Okay, I might be stupid. Is it live stream text 2 or live stream text 1?
Live stream text 1.
Oh, the wrong
I
one.
don't see it in live stream 1.
Yeah, I don't see it
Post
either.
it.
I'll look it up.
I don't think she posted
I
the
don't see
right.
this picture. What is it?
I think she's just posted it
I
now.
reposted it again.
I got it now. Yep.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, and see, that's exactly the image that they're showing on the beginning of that, with that Celtic trinod or whatever it called that
Yeah,
image.
exactly. And the ancients with those 3 spirals come together.
Yeah, and
That's all
what
over
I
the
see.
earth. Yeah.
That's what I see not only with frequency waves as far as certain frequencies on a plate, but you also see it in the sky as far as what Mercury shows with it. Yeah, I totally see that.
All right.
Yeah, when you place that dragon and that Bermuda Triangle just below those top loose, those top rings, then you have 2 dipoles. But when you treat that southern pole with that center part in between all those loops, then you have a dipole also from the bottom to the top.
Yeah.
So then you have 3 dipoles in one.
And it gives you that what you were talking about, the 3-phase. That's how you get your 3-phase off of a magneto. Is that exact?
Yeah, and that gives you your apex and in the system and that down thing. I don't know what the name is for it, but it gives you the top and the bottom also. That gives you that three coins basically with the base to each other.
Yep. No, that's where I started seeing the significance between matching up all of our electric motors, electric generators with what was going on in the sky, and that's why I matched them up together to think that, look, if I just take the shape that I'm
circuit.
Yeah, exactly. The electric circuit, it all seems the exact same. It moves in the same circuit or the same shape.
Smoke them if you got them. Smoke them.
What's interesting about the Celtic cross is pre-Christian. The meaning represented the sun and cycles of nature and the balance of nature.
Oh yeah, sure. I think it's amazing that it all connects, all the religion, all the sacred geometry connect together. You just rip away the base story. The same thing, all in between, like energy in the sky.
Oh, you're breaking up, E1.
Oh, sorry.
You better be.
I don't
sorry.
know what happened. Is it better?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. But yeah, I see that connection as well with all the religions, with everything, the Trinity, like you said, the Celtic knot, all the stories of every religion, every esoteric description of what's going on in the sky, all has to do with the Trinity, all has to do with that sacred, I shouldn't say sacred, but that geometric shape.
Yeah, symbolizes the connection between heaven and earth. I like the idea that it's a Mobius strip as well. Just kind of highlights the interconnectedness between, potentially dimensions or other realms, whatever you see the heavens as.
That's the best description, actually, because that's kind of what it would have to be, like a Mobius strip. I never even thought about you're talking about like quantum locking sub-zero temperature magnetic field, right? That holds a quantum locked object. Is that what you're talking about, a Mobius strip? Or are you talking about something different?
I'm talking about the Mobius strip that allows you to walk on, like if an ant walked on a Mobius strip, he'd follow it round and he would have walked on both sides of the strip. It's like a loop that's connected, interdimensionally, I suppose.
I can play
Yep, we are talking about the same thing. We just aren't looking at, you're looking at that as a flat plane, two-sided. I'm looking at it as a toroidal disc. So that Mobius disc, the actual, or that Mobius strip runs through a toroidal field. So I'm looking at the sun and everything is running through the same track as a Mobius strip. It's just through a toroidal field. But yeah, I do know exactly. That's a way to describe it, man. I'm stealing that. God damn it.
Right, but if you're
Nice.
referencing that, if you're referencing that to the pattern of the yearly sun analemma, is that what we're doing right now?
Yeah.
Well, I get it, and that's cool. But like, can we reconcile the different figure 8 shapes that we get at like different latitudes? Or whatever? Like,
Yes, well, it depends on where you're at and where you're taking the pictures of the analemma. So if I was in, let's say, the Philippines, and I was taking an image of the analemma, it's going to look different than if I was in, let's say, North America, as opposed to being in Ecuador.
Right. But they reconcile that to 3D spherical surface observation. Can you reconcile it to some Mobius strip land observations?
Yes.
Does it take you away from the globe somehow, and how? Or can you just make a replacement model, I guess?
I can I make it are you saying can somebody else just put a different model in there and make it work the exact same way? Or I'm saying that
Can you make Earth be a different way and then still have, for some reason, because right, why are we thinking the sun analemma has different pattern depending on latitude? Is it because Earth is a ball, or is there another explanation?
to me, it's because of the position of the observer. The further away from you get from the prime meridian, going on your latitudes, not at zero latitude, but as you go up and away from it, you will get a different shape of the analemma. And it comes down to this: if you're going north, if you're in the northern latitudes, if you're in Russia, America, anything like that, the analemma is going to look very, very small compared to the the northern part of the analemma is going to be very small compared to the southern analemma, and that's not what is measured. If you go to the equator, it's pretty much the same size. Not exactly, but it's pretty much the same size distance, a declination from the equator to the edge of the northern part of the analemma than to the southern. But if you go to the southern parts of like Australia or South America, really far down, you're going to get the exact opposite. It's going to look bigger in the north than in the south. It's just the way that it works out to be from what your position of where your GPS location, or where you are from the prime meridian and the celestial equator, coming to the east or to the west. I don't know if I described that exactly right, but I mean that's what it is.
Got it. Good stuff, man.
Because you can get pictures of the analemma, or people doing the analemma. It's not going to be exactly the same because everybody does it differently at different days and different years. But if you're in the north or in the south or on the equator, and you can see that difference. I mean, you can see that the people that are sitting on the equator, it's exactly the same.
How is changing our position giving us that? If it's not like, you know what I mean?
Because of the way I'm not saying this is correct, but this is why I describe it this way, because the way I depict the splitting of the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, or the northern quadrants and the southern quadrants, when that sun changes from the north to the south or the south to the north, that's where you're getting that difference. And you're getting an analemma or a figure 8 because that sun is riding on two donuts on the edge, and that's the figure you would get. That's the shape you would get if you had two donuts and you took a marble and went around the outside of two donuts and dropped into the center of it every time. No matter if you're in the north or in the south, it always drops down into the center and then climbs back up the other side. As far as the analemma goes, is the movement of the sun. And if you put that however you want to put it, as far as if you're in Egypt and you do it, if you're in Angkor Wat or over in Tonga, you're going to see that almost skewing or discrepancy, anomaly of the figure eight stretching out or stretching down, depending on if you can just visualize that image of my map. You've got the two discs.
So yeah, thank you. It's like, so are we like, so we're gonna start off like on a pizza with the sun on a Mobius strip above the pizza. Is that like where it's a possible starting point? I mean,
not a pizza, two pizzas. You got two pizzas that are meeting in the middle, and where they touch, where those two pieces touch, that's called the prime meridian. The where you would draw a line between the center of those pizzas together, where they touch at the ends, that's the prime meridian. And so if you go out from that prime meridian, looking to the east, the way that I do, looking to take my pictures of the analemma, you can see that if I'm in North America, I know you're not looking at the image of the thing, but if you're in North America, you're looking down. If you're looking east, you're looking down to the south. So that analemma is going to be perfect figure eight. It's not perfect figure eight, but the positioning of where it tracks inside the field is 23.4 degrees from the equator. If I'm in Asia or if I'm in Australia, you're looking out where those fields have already separated. So now you see the difference, the off skew of where people see it. It's bigger over here, and then you go to North America. Nuh-uh, it's way smaller in North America, or as far as in the North quadrants, it's bigger in the South. You see what I mean? It's not a matter of it's your position of where you're at.
The two pizzas helps me out. I get what you're saying.
Okay.
Possible.
Okay.
I mean, it's radical. Obviously, it's radical.
Of course. But you understand the concept of where I'm saying the analemma happens. And then if you move that analemma from the east to the west throughout its day, because people in North America aren't seeing the same analemma that the people in Asia are. And then if you move that time, that 12-hour difference, the time, you can see that the analemma is actually on the other side of that magnetic field or on the other side of the prime meridian. So I'm taking a picture of the analemma as it's already past 0 degrees.
So instead of two pizzas, is it like where the donut, like where the two parts of the Earth is the torus field, and then the sun's going around the other part on the counter space of it, or?
No, so you've got a magnetic field that is on the ground, and it's not positioned to where the top of the magnetic field's on the ground, the middle of the magnetic field. So like a bar magnet, you know what a bar magnet, what the field looks like if you throw iron filings over the top of a bar magnet?
Yeah, there's the shells that go out from it or whatever.
Right, exactly. Okay, so that would be looking at it from the top, right? If you turn that on the side, you're going to have a butterfly effect. It's going to look like a butterfly coming off of the center of the celestial equator, going over the north, one going over the south. That's not where everything's riding. The toroidal fields are on top of that magnetic field. The toroidal fields are electromagnetic. So we have a magnetic, like a bar magnetic field inside the ground where we live, what we exist within, and then our sky, all the movements of the planets, the sun, move inside of that toroidal field, that electromagnetic toroidal field. That's like not pizza, but like donuts, like a three-dimensional field of donuts going around, and then on top of that is the stars that ride on a plane above that, on top of the electromagnetic field. That's how I picture it.
Eat that, Glovers.
Did that describe to you what you were asking, though?
It helps me out with not thinking about a pizza anymore.
Yeah, getting all right.
Yeah, well, it's not really.
They got it. I mean, they got it reconciled, man. The tilt to the earth, the wobble. You know, we get we get the tropics, we get the analemma. So they got their little model.
And when you think of the pizza, don't think of the ground as the pizza. The pizzas are the discs of the sky, the lights in the sky that move. The ground, it doesn't have a shape like a round. I can't say it's square. I can't say it'd be more like almost like a upside down cake type shit with a figure eight looking thing, if anything. But there's no shape that would be on the ground itself. It's all in the sky.
So,
I don't think there's an edge to the Earth, is what I'm trying to say. I don't think we're going to get to a point and there's going to be an edge.
but it's a different way. Instead of it being like a sphere that you go round and round, there's some other electrodynamic shape, electromagnetic
Yeah.
shape.
It's the electromagnetic field that we all use with our compass. We are held within inside of that field, and when you deviate outside of that field, you aren't on the grid anymore. Whether you think you are or not, you aren't on the same grid because of the way that we use and graph out, whether it be nautical almanacs, whether it be charts, whether it be aerial maps. It's all done off of a celestial disk north and a celestial disk south, and they meet up at an exact location. We do it at Greenwich, but I believe it should be at the prime meridian should be at Egypt. But yes, I don't think it's I don't think the ground itself looks like two pizzas put together. I don't think the sky.
That wouldn't make sense, right? But what would
Right.
make more sense is an as above, so below principle where the ground is doing something similar to the sky.
I think it is, yeah. I mean, I even went so far as to map out the tectonic plates from what I transposed from what we have for the GP location of the tectonic plates and the subduction zones that we have around the world. I transposed that onto my map, and what I got was exactly what you would think. Everything is moving from east to west, compressing on the celestial equator to give us the Himalayas, to give us that exact rotation of everything moving in a figure eight, clockwise around the north, counterclockwise around the south. And it makes more sense for tectonic plates. I mean, I know that there's going to be arguments on this, but just think about tectonic plates, one being created and one as far as growing from lava coming up, or whatever you think the center of the earth is or not, whether it be a flat plane or a ball, something lava, heat, rock is coming up and solidifying and growing in these expansion zones in the Pacific and in the Atlantic. And then as it moves out, there's subduction zones, not in the Atlantic. Oh no, they're not. Only in the Pacific along what we call the Rim of Fire, which I think is called
The Rim of Fire, which is also called the Pacific Rim, right? Ah, fucking A, man. Right in your face, Mongos. Fuckers.
along what we call the Rim of Fire, which I think is called the line of subduction. Now that I depicted on my map, it shows all of the Pacific Ocean diving underneath the tectonic plates, and the tectonic plates are floating on top of the Pacific Ocean rim, which is the subduction zone.
Pacific Rim. The Ring of Fire. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's funny, man. You ever look at the picture of the Pacific Ocean? It's just ocean, man. There's like hardly any land. Explain it.
And it moves just like, I mean, I'm not saying that this is how it is. I'm saying when I take the data from the globe or from any type of, it's from NOAA, was what it was from the Oceanic Administration, whatever, NOAA. I took their information and transposed it onto my map, and it shows just the tectonic plates are moving exactly like my map depicts, around the north and around the south, separating on the west and converging on the east.
Yeah, he's got a really good drawing explaining how that works exactly. It's pretty good. I don't have it handy, but yeah. Could they always been used this way? And this ball illusion wasn't even tried till the beginning of the last 300 years. Yeah, they could have been right around there. What's up, Huckleberry Bears? I just playing some videos, kind of going back with the chat, a little back and forth, nothing. Tried to join my VC. No one was there, man. Well, fuck, man. Go back. I wasn't even in there, man. I was just waiting for somebody to show up there, man. And I click on it. All right, I'll go in there now. Okay, here I'm in there. Oh, I'm in there. Shit. Dude, I got two little things in my server. I got Dudes VC and Dudes Text. That's it. Yeah, I don't have a lot going on in my.
in here.
Yeah, you're there. Dude, I don't have my server's like the least visited server in the world, I'm sure, man.
Yeah, you're not trying to make it anything but a place for people to jump on VC.
That's it. It's just like a place to go, hey, man, let's talk about something. But it's maybe I'll pick it up this year now that we're kicking ass with the some new information, the dual pole, and people are starting to like kick it around, and it's kind of picking up some steam this month, bro. So
yeah, maybe you got to fix the echo situation. Cause I'm hearing
I can't. I don't know what to do, man. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Fuck.
Okay.
I've tried every fucking setting.
I can deal.
Logi and I went through it.
As long as it doesn't sound weird on air.
No, it sounds fine on air. There's no echo.
Okay.
Right? No echo on air? No. But, yeah, it's the dual pole season, bro. And I'm just trying to help. I got a few subscribers hanging out, but...
yeah, like I said, 300 views already in the one you played earlier.
Yeah, so I got a little bit of... All right, I'm screen sharing basically what I'm playing, which is what you recorded. Thank you.
Yep.
I listened to some of it.
You already played this once before, right? Or did you listen to it, or you just re-listening?
I paused it, man. I had to go to dinner.
Okay.
So I paused it maybe 5 hours ago, and then
So this is where you're at,
this is where I'm at on part two. Part two. And then there's part 3, which is like gold and silver and stuff, and then part 4 is more stuff with Tony, apparently, right?
Yeah. You might want to play the beginning of the one that I sent, that I put in chat from the last time he was on.
Yeah. Is that with? So that's with E, man. Yeah. Hold on.
That's one no one's heard unless you were there live.
Nobody's heard this. This is fresh?
No.
All right.
It's fresh, but he was there. He did it on Earth Awakenings, but for some reason the recording, I fell asleep and it got paused. It's like a 6-hour recording. There's only like a couple hours on there.
All right. Let's do that one.
But there's more, too. I have 3 uploads that I didn't put on there.
Let me shout out to the chat here. Jeeps.
But play the Analema one first. A little short 3-minute one that I put in there.
All right. Where's that one?
I just put it in there, too.
Okay. Is this the...
Yeah, it's just like 3 minutes.
I got E1 part 1 too long, and then we got the Analema.
Yeah.
All right, let's play.
Yeah, the Analema was just a 3-minute one because he was just talking about that.
Okay.
I'm trying to explain it.
Let's play that one. Or we'll come back to the part 2 maybe tomorrow or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Sure. Yeah, there's not a whole lot more good stuff on that.
Yeah, it's just mostly those guys just hanging out, talking. I get it.
Yeah.
Not a lot of great information, but here we go. I got it.
Then the other one's like a bunch of ballers trying to straw man him. And
yeah, you get like that
and
Tony.
then Brian Leakey comes in and takes over kind of and defends the dual pole, and he falls asleep finally.
So Brian is Brian Logic, Brian? Or
Flat Earth Tests.
Flat Earth Test. He seems like he's kind of like coming around a little bit, no?
Well, he's been about the dual pole for a while too.
That's what I thought.
He was having problems with the sunlight, and he was tracking he just put a video out recently that shows the whole circuit of the sun for the whole year. He doesn't have E's map.
Right.
But it shows he went by the GPs just like E has.
Okay.
And it turns out that it goes around the south and the north just like E says.
All right. All right, let's play this one. It's only 3 minutes. Wow, man. That's like the shortest video you've ever...
It's just a short explanation of this
Now it's going to mess with me.
Particularly
Okay,
good.
this is what I was just going to try
I'll
and
mute
explain a
so it
little
doesn't
bit
echo.
and show just a little bit of the toroidal fields.
Okay.
So if you
Yeah.
got the two star fields sitting above you, and these are, north,
No, I can't hear it
south,
though.
the same thing is, you can see my map down here. This would be the North Pole. This would be the south.
So when I mute, you can't hear it. Is that what you're saying?
No. Yep.
Shit, man. All right, hold
But
on.
that's okay. I've heard it before.
All right, yeah, that's right. You've
As long as we're not talking, as long
And
as
these are,
I'm not talking,
north,
you're not
south.
echoing for me, just me.
yeah. All right, all right. We'll
When
figure it out.
it's only my voice that's echoing.
Fuck. Bunch of. All right,
No
hold on.
worries.
I gotta rewind it.
The same thing.
Hold on. All right. Fuck. Let me back it up, man. One more time. All right. Pay attention. Focus.
Now it's going to mess with me. Okay, this is what I was just going to try and explain a little bit and show just a little bit of the toroidal fields. So if you got the two star fields sitting above you, and these are, north, south, the same thing is, you can see my map down here. This would be the North Pole. This would be the South Pole, celestial equator. This is your analemma going through. The red line is the celestial equator. As it goes across through the analemma, it makes its analemma symbol. As far as this would be what you would see in the north. Now I flipped it on its side and put the exact same line in the same place on this, and then overlaid it over two toroidal fields that I believe how it's happening above, and you can see how the analemma runs. I've got two different analemmas running through here, but you can. Yeah. I'm just going to show it. You can see. Oh, and okay, they fall through the center of the toroidal field, no matter which side it's on. It's always falling through the toroidal field, down through. When it's charging up, when it fully charges, it falls down through and then falls down through. It's always in that fashion.
Yeah, and it's not exaggerated. I mean, people might get the wrong idea that it's going through these big loops to go above, up and around the toroidal field. But this kind of shows it's more of a, it's closer. It's a tighter. It's not as tall as the illusion of the graphic shows on the sides there.
Well, you have to understand too that this toroidal field is a toroidal field. This is an object that's charged up, that's held within the toroidal field. So if it didn't have charge, it would be all the way out here. It would be way up here, but it's not. It's held within the toroidal field in the space that it's supposed to because of its charge. The same way here. Even though it's fully discharged, you can see it's going into the very outside of that thing. That's why it gets bigger here. You see how the analemma is very skinny here and very tall here compared?
Right. Yep.
Okay. Well, I didn't do anything different. That's that image. That's all it is. Okay. Well, that right there is because of it literally pulling away because there's less charge. It goes further up on that toroidal field because it's less charged. The more charged, the tighter in the center of the toroidal field will be, the closer to the pole it'll be. Same way. So the further away it is here, it's going to be the less charge it is in the south, the far higher and lower it's going to be through its circuit. The more it's charged in the north, it's going to be tighter as far as tighter. Not like it's not going to get it's not going to get closer to here. It's just going to get tighter in the magnetic field.
Gotcha.
Interesting. Hey, Dave, man. Agave wants you to record the rocket conversation from today.
Okay.
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it, but he mentioned it earlier. He said it was a shit show, but it was.
Earth Awakenings, yeah.
Earth Awakenings. He goes, it's a fucking total shit show over there.
I was laughing at that a little bit. Yeah.
Agave, you want to join? You want to join my server? Like, I don't know how to send you a link, man. Fuck. I guess I could email it. I could send it to you in our chat if you want. Fuck. It's up to you. But yeah, I guess it was a rocket shit show. I don't know. I'm sure it was hilarious.
Well, the guys that were just clowning the dude that was trying to take it seriously. He kept trying to get them to like say that or make it seem like they were saying it was the exhaust that was propelling it or something.
I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, Huckleberry. Yeah, you're right, man. It was like a cathodes. Yeah. Jeeps is saying he's saying a pole by Antarctica, and it leaves out the ice wall. I don't know about. Nobody said it left out the ice wall, but it didn't verify an ice wall either. So it's kind of like we don't know really what's out there.
Well, yeah, if the sun only melts a certain amount of ice,
I mean,
then there would still be something holding the water, and it's just not Antarctica. Like
anyway, I heard you say something today on the recording I was streaming about Jaron was like really cool with I don't know. I don't know if you or somebody was saying like Jaron was on maybe with I don't know who it was, but
Alan.
It was Alan, and he's like,
well, he was debating Alan,
and Alan was
pointing out the same exact things that the dual pole says.
But fucking Alan is not. Alan's not on the fucking dual pole yet. He's not even like looking at it. He won't even look at it.
No, and well,
what's up with that, man?
They're my boys. We're gonna have a little talk about it sometime soon, I'm sure.
All right.
But they're holding to like a transform of the graticule. It's just a transform of the graticule. It's nothing different, but then there's all these differences. You know, like the 24-hour sun, the direction of the sun,
right?
Stars' directions, the actual stars rather than illusion of stars. So you can't just say it's exactly the same because it's a transform of the graticule.
I get you. I mean, but did I not hear Shane?
But there's a little bit of like a fun little like holdout on that because I've been telling Shane since I met him about E1's dual pole.
Exactly. I think I remember you and I and Shane hanging out. I don't know where we were. Maybe could have been whatever server. I don't care. But yeah, we were talking about it back then, man. It was like a year and a half ago or something, maybe. I don't know. It's been a minute.
I think it's because maybe there's been a concerted effort to get rid of anything that looks like that or hints towards what he's talking about, maybe.
I think
and that's
after
why they're looking at the history and they see AE everywhere.
Right.
Historically, like in ancient shit.
Yeah, I think it's like an AE thing. They're like, oh, that looks too AE. A's dad. I'm like, wait a minute, man.
Plus, he's defended the whole idea that your personal azimuthal dome of vision could account for the observation. So then you have to like now go back on that being a perfect explanation or an adequate one and say, well, now I'm succumbing to this dual pole thing.
Right.
Which, you know, and they joke about like we don't want Dave to be right on other things like out of bounds and stuff like that.
Out of bounds.
So maybe it's a little bit of a personal thing. I don't know. Not that they hate me, but they just like, you know, it's all good, all in good fun.
All right. This one's way too long. Is this the one way too long?
No, it's just the beginning of it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's watch the beginning. It's 6.5 hours, Mongos.
Yeah, it's 3 hours of just pause screen, though.
All right. Okay. Well, we don't want that, but we'll watch a minute, hour or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I never made it public. I never cut it. I never cut it down. There's some shit show stuff. People, Lion wanted to hate on. I think this is where Lion comes in the first time wanting to hate on E1, which explains why.
I remember that. I think I was listening to that live.
Yeah, you were there, yeah.
I was like, I'm like, dude.
Well, he's got a demon and an angel embracing.
Demon, you got like you're evil.
And it's a self-portrait, but it's not a real demon. It's not a black and white world that people that are Bible literalists think.
It's like, come on, Lion, grow up, bro. Come on. He's young. I'll give him some fucking flag.
Actually, I have to say he impressed me with how much he did know about.
Yeah, he knows a lot. Sure.
He's been studying.
Yeah, he's been doing his homework.
But what his interpretation is, I think, is still skewed towards ball, and he doesn't realize it. He's trying to take all of the ball Earth knowledge, and then still assume it's a flat Earth, instead of seeing that E1 reinterpreted it. Because it doesn't work on that flat Earth the way it does.
That's the whole thing.
He still has all the ball interpretation.
I mean, that's the whole thing. Even like with Tony today, he was like, "Hey man, no, it works on both, bro." You know, it works perfect here. It works perfect there. What's the problem? And Tony's like, no, go to the mathematician. He's like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't. He's just like yelling, it doesn't work. And I'm like, that's the sign that's the sign.
Impossible.
It's impossible. There's no possible way. Yeah, he was like trying to weasel out of it. And I'm like, dude, man, come on, bro. I mean, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't, man. But let's take it to the test and check it out, man. That's the whole point of why I'm doing this. That's why you're doing it. That's why he's doing it. Like, if it doesn't work, let me know, bro. Here it is. Let's go.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that will lose his shit. Like, he'll lose his mind.
Lose his mind.
Even though...
That's what I heard today. When I was listening to I was playing it, and I'm like, Tony's losing his mind because he can't deal with, like... This cannot work. There's no way this can work on a plane, no. He was like losing his shit, bro.
Because once they see it and they start talking up
the
AE the layout, when they see the dual pole, they're like, no, the only thing that works anywhere near adequate enough would be the Gleason's map, which they can just straw man and say TFE debunked. They want everyone to think that's the only one that works because they know the dual pole has all the answers, and you don't have to pretend you're upside down, antipodal, and all that shit.
Anyway, I'm gonna play the video. You ready? All right.
Yeah.
I hope everybody can hear it. It seemed a little low, but
if you guys are on this topic, there's a little short silence there. Right. You can obviously feel free to stay on this topic or whatever we want to do. But Ruhif, just to respond to you. You said at one point you were going to do like a ray tracing for that dual pole type of map, and you were going to try to have the sun and then with ray tracing and try to add ray tracing to get the sun effect on that map. Or that's what I was referring to in the text channel. Are you still going to do that? Remember you said you were going to do that? You said you were going to do that at one point.
Okay. That doesn't ring a bell. It's not going to.
Oh, dude! I mean, I could. We texted about it in here. I could go pull it up. At one point, it was in DMs actually. I think, and this is a while ago. It might even be. We don't really DM that much, but it might be in there.
Oh shit! Roof getting called
out. You
out.
have to play all this.
What's that?
You have to play all this. You can fast forward to where E comes in.
All right, let me fast forward. But Ruhif sounded like he was backtracking there, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he keeps giving me this map with a line on it of the dual pole. Doesn't that line look long? I'm like, compared to what? That's like saying, how long is a piece of string? There's no context, you know. But he's just trying to like draw it, make it look long, and asking people, is that long?
I never saw the video, but all right. Where do you think E came in, man?
Yeah.
Maybe like an hour in. Or...
all
right.
Maybe. Sure.
Hold on.
If that measurement has been made by several people in
two pole flat Earth.
There you go.
I got it.
There's some questions in the question.
All right. Got it? I think I got it, right? Pretty close?
Yeah, that's good enough.
Okay. Here we go.
Some questions about Orion staying together. Sorry.
I have an idea.
I got fucking Pete in here. All right, here we go.
Idea for the room if everyone's down. Do you have
Beast, another one I'm calling out right now.
Share?
All right, I already did. I was like, dude, I sent you these videos months ago.
Months ago, dude.
And because Shane and Alan didn't open it, maybe, or why didn't you open it, right? Like, you didn't even look at it.
Months ago, dude. I remember.
Like months ago.
When you told me you sent it to Pete, and I'm like, oh, cool, man. I can't wait to get Pete's perspective.
Yeah.
But guess
and
what?
He's asking questions like he's never seen any of it.
Never seen any of it, bro. Come on. Pete, man. You can do better, man. Come on.
That's too bad because he's a little bit more Bible-minded. And this is what he's like, I would, even if there is a God and he says, he proves it that he's God, I ain't bowing down to that motherfucker.
Right. You're like, fuck off, man. What the hell's wrong with you? But yeah, Pete and E, man, they'll get it together. They're two smart people, man.
They get along, and then you know how it is.
I do. We've seen it all, man. My goodness.
Or anything like that. And if not, that's fine.
By the way, did you hear Snack and
Second
Eve
question.
talking?
Oh yeah, that was
'Cause
great.
They had butted heads over like a Fibonacci sequence a long time ago or something, and
But now
Eve said that
they apologized to each
geometry was
other.
all about it now.
I heard.
Yeah, it was great.
I heard the apologies. Even he was like, "Man, I'm sorry, bro, my bad." And then
Right?
and then Snack's like, "Well, back then, we were going through a lot of shit because it was COVID,
Right.
all that, It just got a
It's
little
weird because we had the people that were really causing problems, and then we had problems between people that are bros that didn't make any sense on top of it.
Made no sense at all. I mean, I know that, fucking E went out and fucking helped out Snack when he was living in the desert, and
he drove all the way down.
He drove all the way
drove,
down.
What, 13 hours to bring him a fridge.
Bring him a fridge and some other shit. Yeah, it was like those guys should be like the best of bros, and they are now. I think. I mean, they sounded great together. By the way, I mean, I was like.
Yep, that was an awesome
It felt good to hear both of them talking, about this stuff because, Snack knows a lot about electric and, diodes and all that good stuff, man. But good stuff, man. But all right, here we are.
Yeah, all right.
I apologize, man. I'm just rambling on. All right, shout out to Jeeps and Hux in the chat, man. All right.
Have you presented this before? Or is this your first time in here?
For fuck's sake, Pete. You got these videos months ago, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, I've been posting on my channel, so that just shows he doesn't check my channel much anymore.
Nah.
But people are busy. I'm not blaming him for that.
I've been in here before. Yeah, I've been in here before.
Oh,
You've been here for like 8 hours a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I must have missed it. Okay. Sorry.
It's on my channel.
I was going to say if you wanted to present it or post it, but okay, that's awesome. Go ahead, Ruhif. My bad.
There's all those videos I sent you a while back too, and I talking about all of it.
Kevin G asked about the one that you posted, New Perspective. I assume that the sun still, follows that path around the latitude line, right?
Let me ask you one question about the sun. Well, first of all, there was a question in the chat you want about Orion staying together somehow, and then I think that people assume with their star wheels that I posted, the gift that you have from your website you're working on with the stars, and they always assume the stars are overlapping the way it makes it look. And so maybe if you want to explain some of how you came up with the wheels that converge and diverge like this.
Oh, okay. Well, one of the main things about it is this is the visual representation, so you can see it. I can't make a model the way that the stars actually move because you can't, or I shouldn't say the way that they move, the way that you use it for the trigonometry or the navigation. Because you can only use one of them at a time. Your central access point for starting your triangle for doing all the mathematics or the visual mathematics, the geometry, I guess is what it would be, is the North Pole or the Polaris in the north. And then if the minute you cross past the celestial equator or zero latitude and you cross over from north to south, now you have to make your central point sigma octantis, which is not, it's 180 degrees on the prime meridian away from Polaris. So now you're using a whole totally different grid start or basic mathematical, mathematical basis for the geometry or the trigonometry, whichever one you're visually trying to represent. Does that make sense? Or,
yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm not sure. Here, I'll post a little visual.
He was saying that he plots it out. Like you have to use the grid, like the four corners, the northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast. Once you cross over to the south, you're using the south.
I'm going to turn my
point.
camera on here in a second. I'll make it'll be a lot easier if I just show you guys.
Oh yeah, do that.
That's what's up.
That's a lot easier.
Yeah, because Orion's belt is literally almost like right on the celestial equator. So when you're
It is on the celestial equator. It is the central star in Orion's belt does not move at all. As far as it doesn't leave zero latitude. The others everything of, I shouldn't say the others. The other ones you can't really measure the other two on each side, but anything on the north of Orion's belt or south of Orion's belt, except those 3 stars, they deviate. They literally diverge and converge depending on if you're looking.
You know, it is
Can I comment
interesting.
on the Dave's map? And I got to go have some dinner.
Okay.
So I would assume that this map, the stars would follow those oval shapes around each latitude line. Is that correct?
Correct. But the representation that I've made is the mathematical representation. It's just like the difference between using a nautical almanac and then you go out outside and using your compass to get your readings. That difference in the readings of true north and magnetic north is what gives you your offset, your angles, so that you can triangulate exactly where you are on the grid. Your latitude.
That's a whole other topic. Magnetic declination has absolutely nothing to do with this. But I wanted to ask if the star, in in the December solstice, right? The sun would track around that, minus 23 degrees, whatever latitude.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
So, at some point, if it tracks around that oval, everyone in the world will see it to the south.
Yes. I mean, yeah, you do. It actually.
No, you don't.
Yeah, it does. You can actually see it on the nautical almanacs. You can track the sun's GP every single day as it crosses over the celestial equator, because we don't mark every different point. You mark on the prime meridian and on the celestial equator. So at 0 latitude and at 0 longitude is when we mark calendars or time or the stars itself. They call it Greenwich Mean Time or universal.
Can you see what I posted at 34 minutes past?
On where?
In the chat.
You have to go to the live stream, one text above the room we're in.
Yeah.
And at what time?
You fairly new. 34 minutes past. So 8 minutes ago.
And who is this I'm speaking to?
This is Ruhit.
He's an anti-flat earther.
Anti-flat. Dave, where's this going? What happens?
Yeah, Ruhit takes off realizing that he knows what he's talking about.
Right.
Not going to fall for his ball interpretation, and then he gets into turning his camera on, and it takes a little while for him to get that kind of focused. It's a little bit like last time.
Okay. Cool.
When you were there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great, man. I was like, smoke that. It's good.
Right?
Good.
Take that, ballers.
Take that, Mongos. That was like, okay, there's something going on here, man. There's something to it.
Right?
Let's go.
Converging and diverging star trails always debunk the ball. Yeah. And I was hearing some people say that in another random chat today. And it was with these other anti-dual pole people now saying that. Converging and diverging.
Dude, I was at Home Depot today. I was running my stream. I was listening to my own live stream of you, E, and everybody, whatever. And E brought up, he goes, I remember like somebody sent me this map of this Greek map. And I'm like, I'm screaming, and I'm like, dude, that was Jasla. And then he deciphered that. He deciphered that with the green goo women. Or, no, it was something. Anyway, I was like, what the heck?
But the thing is, we worked it out. If you heard that,
yeah.
I was talking to him. I was sending him the one that was from Jasla, but Jibby was also bringing in. There's 2 different maps, a little bit different.
Right.
But I think Jasla was talking about that one too. So that's where he first saw. It didn't matter who got the credit.
But it was you and I that I think brought that to E. It was like, okay,
yeah,
shit, we got to
sure. You showed me Jasla, so vicariously through you.
Yeah, it was so vicariously through me. Whatever, man. I'm just, for you guys to talk about it again yesterday, it was like so crazy cool, man.
Yeah, it was full circle.
I was like, fucking, because without that, he wouldn't have maybe gone and done what he did for the last fucking 5 years.
Maybe.
6 years.
That's why this is, even the bullshit talk, just hanging out, getting to the bottom of whatever as a group, it inspires things that become fantastic, like he's done, for sure.
Exactly. So let's keep it going, and I'm just doing my part, do some live streams. I really appreciate E. I don't know, I don't get to talk to him enough. I would love to, just hang for a couple hours, because I know he likes to do like 10-hour sessions, but I can't hang.
Yeah, he'd be happy to. It's just like once he commits, he's full on.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he doesn't go on very often, because he doesn't dabble in anything.
Yeah, exactly. So I know his MO, I know his kind of personality quite a bit, but yeah, it's great to see guys like Ruhif and fucking Tony and these other guys.
I thought it was great that he was talking about this shit again, because when I brought it up, he's like, I don't really want to even talk about that shit. The world's about to fucking go crazy.
Yeah, but you and I both know we need to keep talking about it, but this is the way we got to do it, man. That's just all we got. So
if the world's ending, we might as well solve the world before the world ends.
Exactly. Let's figure it out. So, I did a live stream with that video with that sailor guy, Sono, whatever his name is.
You did? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did a two-parter, dude. I couldn't even finish it in one night, man. I kept pausing it and going, yes, okay, yeah, see what he means, I was just,
Oh, you just played the video. He wasn't on there.
No, I didn't have him on, but he did comment in my chat, in my comments. And he's like, dude, great job. He goes, you had me laughing. Thank you. He was thanking me.
He seems like a real dude.
Yeah. He was like thanking me. He goes, dude, that Illuminati baby eater thing was hilarious. I was like,
right?
Okay.
He seems like he's got a good personality. He's actually got a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
But it's weird, the whole approach to it.
Yeah, it was super weird.
Putting out a public thing for people to go sailing to find these outer ponds is going to make you a target. I don't get that part of it.
Well, yeah, and he didn't want anybody over 60, and I was like, no, well, sorry, bro, I'm out. And he's like, he changed it. He goes, oh, yeah, I could do. I mean, maybe.
And he might have just misprinted and not thought about it, but it's a little bit weird. He said, I need 9-11 volunteers.
See, there you go. So, yeah, it was funny.
I was like, wait a minute.
Like, wait a fucking second, bro. Anyway.
Right? You should have realized that was weird.
Anyway, I did like 2 live streams on it. I think like a Thursday, Friday night. And
I'd like to hear his take on the dual pole, but he hasn't.
See, I was bringing up the dual pole. I was pausing it and going, yeah, it's kind of like the dual pole, and I was all over the place.
The anode and electrode on the right near the North Pole.
Yeah, but
he said in the comment on my video where I talked about his shit as the dual pole. That's how familiar he is with the idea of a dual pole, which is strange because he is a sailor. He should know there's a magnetic declination going north to south. Anyway,
that's right. I mean, that's why we're doing this right now, because everybody can check this out. He's not trying to fool anybody. You can't do this. You can't. No, you can. Figure out exactly where you are on his map using, very easy, basic methods, man.
Yeah, the stars. He needs to do close-ups with the stars and show exactly how that works and do some tests live and all that.
Yeah, we might have to be the ones that do it,
Yeah, we'll have to encourage it and have him.
Well, that was
on the panel, and we'll call people on Australia or South America or whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna have different people doing it. That's the whole point, in my opinion, is that we need to get a bunch of people to come and test it. Let's test it. Let's test it out, man.
Falsify it.
Let's falsify the shit out of this, and then I don't think it can be. But we'll see, man. All right, I'm going to play a little video here.
Right.
You can invite some people to the live stream, or you can invite some people in here, or whatever you want to do, man.
No, because it's echoey and stuff. I can stand it, but I wouldn't want to put anyone else through
All
it.
right. Yeah. Don't put anybody else through this fucking nightmare of a stream. Yeah, don't do
We
that.
got to figure out the audio somehow.
I got to figure it
Coming
out.
back through your mic.
Like that?
Be careful, because Ruhif will go to an insane asylum, he claims, if he realizes that he's not on a ball hanging upside down relative to us right now.
You shouldn't talk to me then.
So, where
Don't you
I've
got dinner,
posted that
Ruhiv,
with
real
the
quick? 'Cause
sun.
I would like
Yeah,
that
I will in a
back
minute.
and
Yeah.
forth.
For maximum 15 minutes. All right. So on that image that I posted, the sun going around the 23-degree latitude, do the people in South Africa, the tip of Africa, do they see it in their south?
I don't see this image. I'm looking for it. 34 minutes past. I don't see it.
I'll repost it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You sure you're in live stream one text?
I got you.
Live stream one text.
I'll tag
okay.
you.
I see what you're talking about. Okay, I see what you're talking about.
Yep.
Well,
Deer paying attention?
Say that again.
Is Deer there listening?
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, yeah, I can see. I can see where the star is at. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, yeah, the sun, right? So on the December solstice, at that time, will those people in South Africa see the sun to their south?
Not then, because it's dark for Africa.
Hang on, they're close to the sun.
Booyah.
He thinks people can see all the way over
They're not
Antarctica.
seeing the 24-hour sun, Ruhif. They're not in the 24-hour sun range. You know, they're not past 68, 69, 70. You have to, to actually see the. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So it would be nighttime. They wouldn't see the sun, but the sun. It'd be like when.
He was trying to trick him. Did you see that? I caught that. Yeah.
Well, he just doesn't understand it. No one does, because they're looking at it linearly. Like, you have to see across these continents, and the sun should be apparent. But it's way up in the air, and it goes down. It's much further away than you think.
Yeah, he was. I don't know. He felt like he was tricked. His intention was to trick him. Like, I got him on this one. I got him.
He just doesn't get it.
Yeah, he'll get it, and he'll have to.
He'll refuse to get it.
He'll refuse to get it, but he'll get it.
Or he'll go to an insane asylum.
Let's go. Let's do it.
We've got the same issue where people that are much further away can see the sun.
The issue that Ruhif's probably trying to talk about is that where the red X is, it's light there, right, Ruhif? That's what you're saying? Where the red X is, it's light. Yeah. There's light where the red X is.
I'm sorry. I didn't understand what he was trying to say. Okay, yeah, there is a definite. I don't know how to describe this any other way than an electromagnetic or a magnetic effect on light, and it's ionic. It's like the ions. Okay. It's not just. I'm serious. Yeah, you can see it. They follows. Not magic. No, it's not even magic. You can watch magnetic.
Just like space, it's magic. It's just magic.
Yeah. All the other
magic shit that they come up with.
Actually, electrodynamics or magnetics.
Electrodynamics is something we can check out for sure, 100%. But is Polaris 433 light years away? Fuck it.
Yeah.
That
magic. Are you hanging upside down without any kind of difference in the way you feel reality than us?
Well, but I can just throw that one out, no problem. It's mad. No, fuck off. Anyway, sorry, man. Ruhif pisses me off. Fuck.
He's the worst.
I don't know if he's the worst. He's not as bad as, like,
he can be bad.
Jazzaconda. He's the worst, dude.
That's just pathetic.
Pathetic, yeah, exactly.
Ruhif at least got something that he brings and acts like he's got something.
Right, exactly.
He knows math and he got formulas that he thinks reifies it all, makes it all real.
But there's other mongers.
That's worse than Jazza, who's just so drunk he can't even understand what he's saying.
Exactly. Yeah, he's completely. All right, I'm going to keep this going.
Like the ions. It's not just. I'm serious. Yeah, you can see it. They follows. Not magic. No, it's not even magic. You can watch magnetic fields. That's how you know that there's magnetic fields, is and visually represent them in water, in smoke, in air, in the sky. You can see it.
Sound.
You walk outside. Anybody in the world can do this now. It used to just be places in the northern latitudes, but you can walk outside and you can see literally waves in the clouds. Those are fucking radio waves that are running through, magnetic field waves that are running through the shit they're spraying in the sky, or the clouds that are high altitude haze clouds. You've all seen it. Do you guys know what I'm talking about, or am I just the crazy one here?
Yep, you are the crazy one. If
Nope.
it just magically
No,
makes the
he's
sun
not
appear somewhere
fucking
where it's in the
rude.
opposite fucking direction.
No,
yes.
that's not what I'm talking. I didn't talk about the sun, it being in the clouds and waves. I'm talking about the waves that you see are the electromagnetic radio waves that they are pulsing through, that are literally sitting there. It's either Doppler radar, NextRad radar, or whatever you want to call it, HARP. I mean, maybe you guys all think of anyway. So if you watch the sun as it goes around this magnetic field, or around the map that I've got here, and you're talking about whether it's in the south or the north, whichever one you're trying to go, as it passes through the whole center of it and comes from the east to the west and goes from the center, the light literally fades away, not in a ball or in a disc as it goes away. It's like a knife edge or an axe edge as it goes away, and you can watch this literally at your own house if you can see the difference between summer and winter. You watch the sun go down. Huh? What?
I know.
I'm going to go get some dinner.
Yeah, please.
I'll leave with this.
Hey, go, Roofy.
Please get the fuck out.
Isn't
of
it
here.
just less cognitive dissonance to say the Earth's a globe and everything just matches the simple shit, rather than making up a whole bunch
Yeah,
of
then you
shit?
gotta.
wait till you hear what I say to that.
Planes couldn't even land. You're not hanging upside down. None of the physics works. You
The
just
only
have to
problem
leave
is now that
before
I've
you go
really
crazy.
started getting away from the whole idea of that the Earth is flat, or even worrying about that. I mean, it's not a question anymore that it's not a ball. But
right.
Not a question that it's a ball, man. Not even on the table. Get out of here.
this, what I'm starting to get into, at least what I think I've come across from all the different research of the ancient cultures and the megalithic structures around the world, and the way that we do everything as far as our navigation even today, or the satellites or ballonolites, what everybody else wants to think about, it all predicates on electromagnetics. It all predicates on two toroidal fields. Our cars, our engines, our motors are all predicated as far as electric motors, electric engines, generators, alternators, just everything that you see around us has all been reverse engineered from the world that you see. Tesla didn't invent all those things, all the generators and all this. He found this same information, because all of this is exactly, if you take the geometric shapes of the baseline geometric shapes, the triangle, the square, the circle, and you use this type of information, the square will root you, the circle will free you, and the geometry will answer all the mysteries of all inquiries. And that's pretty much what you can do with the dual pole map, or forget the map, just take the dual pole latitude and longitude fields and use that same exact thing, and you can make any engine. You can make any alternator, any type of electromagnetic field, computers, things like that. It's all predicated off of electromagnetics. And then if you start really looking around how everything is in this world, look at your face. Your face is exactly a representation. If you put your face down on the dual pole map, and the centers, the north and the south are your eyeballs. And then you can see how you're everything, an owl, a serpent, a man, any type of animal, its face is going to look like that, and then move the field down across your chest. There's your nipples. There's your center core of your body, and then you invert it just on its side, and there's your hips. And I mean, and then you can see why your legs come out of those places, your arms come out of these places, why your head is like this, why your nose is shaped this way, because the magnetic field is running exactly east to west down your head, down the forehead of your face. That's why your nose is created the way, and then you have your mouth there. But I mean, I know this is sounding crazy and stuff, but
so crazy.
If you put all these magnetic fields together and put it all together with everything that we have, lights are just a representation of the sun. The same way electromagnetic field lights up and excites UV light that excites the gases, the argon, nitrogen, oxygen, krypton, xenon, that gives you those different colors. As the sun comes up, you get a really light blue, and then it gets, I mean, all the different things. It's more of a crisp, a lighter thing as it goes through its color shades, and then you get the white light and the yellow and then the oranges as it comes through and goes over. But when it leaves not all the time, but most of the time when it leaves, you get a reds and orange hues as it leaves, and everything changes, as you can tell that it's been heated and excited. So those are, and as you boil and distill nitrogen gas, however you think about it, even if you think you're on a ball or whatever and the sun's out there, when you distill oxygen and nitrogen gas, you get argon. You literally get the orange gas that you get, the oranges and reds. And that's why when your sun leaves you, you're getting a different color than when it comes to you.
That's a great point, man, that he brings up, that, when the sun comes up and the sun sets, you got two completely different colors. And, I witnessed.
Yeah, you were saying you had that exact experience.
The other day, last week, earlier. Yeah, it was, you could just see it, man. It's like this white, blue when it rises, and then when it sets, it's like this, orangey, dark, beautiful. Yeah, I love good sunset. Everybody does. But yeah.
Yep, it's all about the sun's exciting everything.
Yeah, that makes total sense, man. 100%. Yep. It's not no spinning ball with fucking 93 million mile away sun and fucking get the fuck out of here.
No way.
This explains it. But even Brian was like, "Hey, man, this does explain it pretty damn good. I got to give you that." And I was like, "Okay, thank you. Welcome to the party."
Did you hear Kosho jump on?
No,
that makes a lot of sense.
I did not.
Yeah, dude. He's not working as an agent anymore. He's doing sales and another thing. He's being a little more honest.
He doesn't have an agent anymore that pays him.
It doesn't seem like he's working as the paid ball troll as much.
He got fired? Okay.
Maybe, yeah.
He's like, I still like talking to those Mongos. They're really nice guys. Dude, I've caught Kosho, man. When he's drinking. And yeah, he's a different. He drinks like a fucking fish, right?
Yeah.
But I'm the one that gets to call him out on it, because I drink pretty good too, man. But
yeah, he's like,
dude, that guy.
He's like such a crazy drinker that you can't even.
You cannot tell he's drinking, but you have to have an expert eye. I can tell when he's drinking, because he's a bit more interruptive,
loose, yeah.
Yeah, when he's got a good buzz going versus he's got a great buzz going. It's two different things. But yeah, I haven't seen him around much. But no, he came in and talked to E.
He dropped in shortly when he was talking and just said that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
They're like, oh shit, we got a dual pole fucking Kosho now.
Dual pole Kosho. All right, we got one. Yeah. All right, let's go.
He had a friend back in the day. He said that came up with the dual pole thing, and he told his friend never show this to anybody.
So GM and Face both like they both like the dual pole, by the way. Both of them.
Faze didn't say anything. I said,
Yeah, I was on like some. I don't know. He was on with GM one night. I saw him in there. I was like, oh shit, and I jumped in.
Okay.
And and I'm like, hey, what? Face is like, the new perspective. Is he spamming you with all this dual pole shit? And I was like, I go, he's not spamming me. He's just saving it to YouTube. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of it. Yeah, you bet your ass. And he goes, I really like it. And I'm like, even GM was like, yeah, that's pretty interesting. So yeah, we're out here.
Right? It's so weird that there's flat earthers that are anti-dual polars, so hardcore anti-dual pole.
Yeah.
But then they have no answer for the 24-hour sun and all that. So like, well, this is an answer to it. So why not at least open up your mind to that possibility? You don't have to go through the fucking TFE bullshit anymore. It puts an end to that. It's perfect right before the documentary that they're supposedly going to do.
Yeah.
I want to send this to Jaron. And see if we can corner him, because people have sent him the stuff and he won't respond.
Yeah, give it some time,
so
man.
We need to get him on air with somebody. Alan's not into it yet, but somebody needs to corner him on air and make him see that he wants dual pole stuff. Like, it's all the things he was saying to Alan that couldn't be answered.
Yeah, that's gonna take some time, man. Give it a couple months.
Well, he can't go back to the dual pole flat Earth. He can't go back to flat Earth because
I get it.
Flat Earth would be like, fuck you, dude.
But
right. But this would be his out to say, "Oh, I didn't consider this before," but he has.
Well, I would hope so. I mean, if he's out here as much as we are, looking at all.
But if we could force him to take an honest look at it, it would show if he's actually being at all honest about thinking it's a ball again, which we don't believe in.
I did hear Matthew Learns come in, and boy, he seemed really upset at some point when he was talking with E. And they were going back and forth, and then Matthew just left. He just left.
Yeah.
And he seemed visibly upset, man. Oh, yeah. I was like, whoa, shit.
They all are. This fucking.
I'm like, holy shit. I mean,
this is if TFE was the cause of somebody else besides E, like I would say, coming up with this, it forced this hand, and they were just hoping to be like, haha, we know that there's this South Pole. Well, yeah, of course there's a South Pole, and it's still flat, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, you could fast forward or go. He turns his screen on. It takes him a while to get that going and everything.
All right. It looks like it's coming up pretty quick, man. I'll just continue playing it for a minute.
Nope.
I'm kind of just all over the place. Sorry. Oh,
good. Yeah, you're cooking, bro.
On a roll.
Plus, he's so freaking nice. A couple
questions about the sun's
it's so hard for people to hate on him.
Sure. And I'm not a Ruhif kind of guy. Trust me on that one. Yeah, just the thing is, what would the sun do on the dual pole in terms of if I'm following it right now? You have this. Is that the celestial equator that's in between the east and the west, right there? And then you have
that's the prime meridian. The up and down would be the prime meridian, and then after it passes north of the North Pole or south of the South Pole would be the international date line, and that very center, the horizontal line that's from east to west, would be the celestial equator that separates north and south.
Equator. Okay.
That separates north and south.
Right. So you know how the sun basically oscillates between 23.4 degrees in terms of the celestial equator. That's what they claim the wobble to be. And then basically it would go to the Tropic of Capricorn, and then the Tropic of, the equator, and then the Tropic of Cancer, and then it would.
All right. What's up, GM? He's in the chat, man. What's up, man? The video's from 120, whatever. And then January 20th. But yeah,
I'll
I'm
send
live.
this to you, GM. I'll
Yeah.
email it to you. It's unlisted still because it's 6 hours, 3
It's
hours.
like
of
6
files
hours
on a
long,
photo
bro.
shoot.
So yeah, we're just going through like just a little bit of the map and
Yeah, there's only 3 hours of good footage on it. And I haven't
yeah,
got
we don't want a bunch of shit. But yeah, there's this is a dual pole stuff there, GM. Check it out.
Follow that path if you were to take a GP of the sun every time. My question to you is, if you were to follow that sun in a pathway that you kept the sun overhead, where would you end up? Because, and I know this is a tough question because that's basically the Pacific Ocean in a sense, right?
Well, what do you ask? Where would I end? What say that? And I guess I didn't get the question. What do you mean? Where would I end up?
So, like, if it's supposed to be split, if this is a dual pole model, it's still one sun.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the question I would have is like when it would deviate and go on the other side, and how would you?
Man, light's killing me. Let me try
how
this.
Would you determine that? Oh, you got your camera on now.
I'm trying to get it to where. Oh shit.
Are you trying to get it to flip on you?
No, I'm trying to get it to be close enough so you can see you guys can see what I'm talking about. But that light was just like glaring on it. There was no way of that.
Oh, actually, we can see it if you get a little closer.
Yeah, it's just
It is kind of laggy though. Just saying. But yeah, if you were to follow the sun, basically, its entire trajectory, for a day. So you could go 1,000 miles per hour following it.
Okay, for one day, it's only going to stay, in this, like going around. It would be around the south. This is the north.
Yeah. Hey, it's pretty blurry. It's pretty blurry, by the way.
Yeah, it's a little blurry, but we're gonna deal with it, man. We got this. Just get over your blurriness. I lived through like the 70s. Television was blurry. It's okay.
If you want to put it on a stand, just take your time and set it up so you're not having to hold it or whatever. Might help with getting it less.
Hold on, wait. I can see it enough. I see what you were saying though. You're saying it stays on one.
So
hemisphere.
yeah, let me. Fuck, this light's killing me, man.
Yeah, look through. You just get it set up. Don't take your time and make it so we can see what you're
see it enough.
But if you're going to explain other things, I might as well just get it set up right.
Take your time, man.
Yeah, get it set up right. Damn it.
And turn your camera to the side. I don't know if you can share a screen with a live stream, Gio.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Other people can see what he's doing
I can't
too.
DM anybody when I'm in this chat.
Is it okay? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sharing it.
What it was on
turn your camera sideways before you share it so we can get the right aspect ratio too.
Okay, here we go. It's a little blurry, but
last time I think it was your you had a storm going on and it was maybe your internet that wasn't letting it happen.
Either way, I kind of get your point. You're saying it stays on one hemisphere essentially in terms of the sky as the hemisphere as like the other
right.
symbol.
Hold on. I'm still trying to get it set up. It's wanting to move all over the place and shit. Okay.
Way better.
It's still glaring.
Turn your camera off and turn it sideways before you start sharing.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, maybe it's just me or the way it streams up. It's fine.
See, the thing that would be interesting, like
it keeps turning off, so I can't see it. That's what the problem is.
Oh, okay. Just take your time and get it set up. See if you can get it focused. It was looking good for a second.
I'm just thinking, like, how would daylight be distributed?
I am old, but I'm not that old.
Oh, there we go. That works.
Okay.
Getting a little better. I don't know if you can zoom in
It's
a little bit.
blurry, but that's fine. It's fine. Steady enough.
That's what I do.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Let me see if I can grab here too. Oh, and I have some. That'll work too. All right. So if you think about it, you're. What's that?
Can you move up? Can you move it up a little bit so you're shadowing on the left?
I can.
You move it up a little bit, we'll be a little bit better. There we go. Yeah.
I'm listening now.
So you're looking at a flat plane, so the sun's not going to be sitting on these lines. It's going to be up above them, right? It's going to be about. I mean, I haven't figured out exactly how high it is, but I would say it's probably somewhere around 3,000 miles or maybe 1,000 miles, something like that, sitting up there. But it ain't no 92 million miles, and it's not fucking a million times bigger than the Earth. That's for damn sure. But you can see that if you follow these lines right here, it would go around to where you would, in the December 21st, it would not go past 23 degrees as far as south. So it only go up to this point all the way around one time for December 21st, then December 22nd, it would go around and would consecutively get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until March 21st. And then it would cross over right here at 11:35 in the morning, and it crosses over from south to north. And then now it's in the north, and it does that all the way to 23.5 degrees or 23.4 degrees.
Crazy.
Till June 21st.
Yeah, September 21st, I thought.
No, June 21st is the summer solstice for the northern hemisphere, is when it'll peak out at 23.4 degrees, and then it'll start going back out to its bigger thing. And then September 21st, it'll cross over from north to south at 6 o'clock. So you can see that the figure 8 is formed, right? So there's your there's where I would
think. Just curious.
Well, okay. Hold on.
What I mean?
So now you have to go three-dimensional. You cannot go the flat plane, because this isn't running on it's running on a track, a magnetic track that's electromagnetically charged. But you're looking at a flat plane here, and what you're trying to representate is two toroidal fields. So you take these two toroidal fields that are sitting there, and now you look at them like this. And the sun is running through the toroidal fields, going around them, but it's going around the outside of the toroidal fields, and you got to think of it like that.
So that would necessitate a maximal height, if you will. Like if it has to traverse you know what I mean? Like the height of the. So it could possibly
the altitude. The height of the sun, actually, that's where the analemma comes from when he explains how it goes. Explain how it goes over and around the toroidal fields, making that shape.
Yeah, I see how that works. What I'm curious though is is there a actual height difference in terms of like when you're looking at the sun, like from any position on Earth, and you get the analemma?
Yes.
It's possible to determine.
You can.
Okay.
It's in the nautical almanacs. It's very easy to determine, and it's not to do with height. They do it in speed, and it has to do with how fast it's not how fast the sun's moving through the toroidal fields. It's how much time is gained. They do it by time gained in the north, and then time gained or time lost in the north. Okay. And the way that I'm trying to pull this up so I can pull up a visual of the toroidal fields with the sun and the analemma overlaid so you can see it. But this is okay. So you can see that it always is that when the sun goes through, it falls through the hole of the toroidal field. But it's always running on the outside. It's always running on the crust of everything, because that's how magnetic fields work with objects that are charged. They run on the outside of these toroidal fields. No matter how it goes through the field itself, it has to be charged to give it to where, if it's in the negative charge.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Okay, but it always falls through the hole and then climbs up through and then falls through the hole. Always.
So
a
there has to
figure
be
eight.
some type of discharge, right?
That's exactly it. It's yes. So if you look at it, this is your equilibrium. This is your equal charge between I'm sorry, not equal charge, the middle of the charge as far as the whatever the highest amperage that you could get, charge that you could get from the ionosphere. The north would be, this is north now, this is south. The north would be the positives as high as it can go. South would be the negatives as low as it can go. But the sun never goes all the way to the poles. Never goes to Sigma Octantis or to the Polaris. It only goes to 23.4 degrees, which tells me that it's a charging system. It literally charges itself up. And then once it hits maximum, something happens. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I know it has to do with frequency. I'm not sure what the frequency is, if it's that Schumann resonance or whatever, but it's that point when water does that weird shit to where it's like, it almost looks like ferrofluid, but it's just regular water because of colliding frequencies. Waves coming in this way, waves coming in this way would be the reason why it would charge up once it gets to the end, or once it gets to the 23.5, it discharges and then goes down, and it doesn't discharge all the way, but it discharges in the field as far as the outside of the sun discharges to where it only goes to 23.5 or 23.4 degrees in the south. And it does that consistently back and forth.
Do you think the differences in elevation in terms of what they claim the north to be, in terms of like, you know how Richard Byrd was like, the North Pole is at its center of an ocean 10,000 feet deep. The South Pole is at, 12,000 feet high above sea level. And that difference, trying to think how I can word it. If I'm thinking of charging and discharging, right?
Right.
Oh man, do you think Greenland's actually like Greenland? You know what I mean? Like, is there actual tropics in the north then, if that's the case?
No, I don't think in the north around the North Pole, but up here, like, let's go ahead and turn it around. Let's make this the top, north, south. When you get up here, it's possible there's more land up here. It's possible there's more land over here. There's possible there's more land over here and down here, but I don't know. All I know is that
star maps too, because that's what I was thinking. Like, if it's literally arbitrary, there's different star maps. Like, for example,
yes,
have, like,
and that's when it comes down to geometry for me, because this is one leg of a six-sided star. If you take the Star of David, or you mix the star, I probably shouldn't do all this, but you get sacred geometry that shows the magnetic fields. Three of these put together make the triangle, which would all be positive, considered positively connected. And then you have another set, which would be off of that, like this. So if you think of each one of these sets of circles, north, south, south, north, north, south, south, north, they actually represent the seed of life. Or if you really get down to it, it's the Merkaba, the sacred geometry, the Merkaba, that has all of the sacred symbols within inside of it that the Eastern cultures use. You would actually come up with I don't know how to describe it any other way, but you can see the Star of David here connects, or the triangles. It's not the Star of David.
Within a triangle.
It's a triangle within a triangle that connects the three worlds that are positive or negative, and you can see that they coincide. Hold on.
Should I just go watch on
I have
YouTube?
another one of them. It kind of shows it a little better.
Oh shit!
But if you draw this with inside.
No. Dave, you there? Dave, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I stopped. You left, so I stopped sharing my screen.
That's fine. You're probably gonna go to bed and let this
No.
run through or something, maybe.
I don't know, man. I'm just gonna let it go for.
I left because I couldn't DM GM when I was in this chat.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, just
It's all good.
let me do it.
It's all good. I just just stopped sharing, man. I was like, okay, he left. All right, cool.
No, oh, you didn't hear what I said.
No, I didn't.
I just said I'll be right back.
Okay, and now you're back. Okay, here we go.
Out of this tesseract, the Merkaba, that's what I'm trying to say is what gives us the basis for all the magnetic fields, because that's pretty much what they talk about in Eastern cultures, in I wouldn't say Jainism, but like Buddhist monks, all that kind of stuff, Qi, Sha, whatever that, Feng Shui. It's all about centering your energy. It's all about equalizing your field of your body. And if we come from a field, or we are an electromagnetic field, and there's no way of denying that, we all are electromagnetic fields, then there has to be a connection between where we are and where we live, and what we are and how we live, and why we're here, even to get a little bit deeper. But everything can be predicated off of these certain sacred geometric symbols. These ones right here. It all comes down to the triangle, the circle, the square, the infinity, or the figure eight. A lot of different ancient cultures call it many different things and have many different meanings for it. The line, the crescent moon, the 5-sided star, and the cross. They seem to be almost everywhere on all ancient megalithic structures or around them. And
yeah, it's very similar to the concave theology in a sense. They put one of those Merkabas inside the center.
Well, and that's another thing. So if you follow a lot of the winners of all the wars, all the rulers of all the ancient continents or ancient civilizations, however you want to say it, from Babylon to Rome to even Germany to everybody, they all had some interest in either like Freemasonry, or they would go and take everything from the Nazis took all the Freemasonry stuff, and it was all esoteric stuff, all about the connection between the spirituality and the material, what it was between the psychological and I guess the connection or control that they could get over their people. But it all came back down to religion. Everything had to have some type of a religious connection or a religious story that tied these symbols. All of these symbols, the swastika does not, I mean, I shouldn't be saying it like this, but the swastika is not the meaning behind what the Nazis turned it into a symbol that everybody hated. It means creation. It means rebirth. As far as the swastika and the reverse swastika will give you creation and rebirth. In all the, I shouldn't say all, the research I found in what it means. And when you lay all this stuff together, it shows you, at least it shows me anyway, that it wasn't that the ancient cultures were so knowledgeable. I mean, some of them were, but they were trying to figure everything out just like us. But they weren't trying to figure out if the earth was flat. They were trying to figure out why we're here, what we're here, and who or what put us here. Because it all, or I shouldn't say it like that. They were trying to figure out what this place was and why we were here, is what they were trying to figure out, I believe. I can't find the image I'm looking for, to be honest with you right now.
Yeah, take your time, bro. You're good.
Oh, which one is it, E? Because I might have it, a screenshot of it.
It's not one that I usually show. It's just all of the symbols laid up on top of the map to show you the figure eights with what it means.
Oh yeah, okay, I got that one. I'll post it in the live stream.
Yeah, but it should be here. I don't get it. But one of the main parts about this, and I'll just show you this real quick. One of the main parts about how all this came together is But one of the main parts about this, and I'll just show you this real quick. One of the main parts about how all this came together is it was all drawn in the same fashion or the same way that you would see the transfer of the graticule of any map as far as on a dual pole system, just, like this would be. But it was set up on Greenwich, as far as everything was set up on Greenwich like this. As far as you can see that the center of the map is England and not Egypt like it is. Well, the problem is that the geometry wasn't working out. I couldn't lay overlays like this. I mean, this isn't the one I want to show you, but I couldn't lay overlays like this to get the sacred geometry symbols when I lined up the megalithic structures on the earth. Easter Island, Egypt, Tonga, the North Pole and South Pole, and then you have many all different ones. I'm not going to name them all, but there's all of them, and they're dedicated to the sun. That's the main issue, is that they were dedicated to the sun for ancient megalithic structures that were dedicated to the sun on these exact grid lines, exact places that they had to be to make these geometric shapes across spans of thousands of years. Thousands. I mean, I don't know how old every civilization is, but nobody does. And they tell us it's 12,000 years for this and 4,000 years for this. And, you get what I'm saying. It's all dedicated to do the same thing, and it's all to measure the sun exactly at 23.4 degrees, 23.4 degrees in Australia, from the North Pole. And then from the South Pole, it was, I know most people aren't going to believe this, but where Atlantis would be was exactly what it should be, 23.4 degrees. It could be off a little bit as far as now with tectonic plate movements and over thousands of years, but then you got Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat is it's not exactly where it should be, but it's close enough to where it should be. 19 or 18, 20 degrees is where it should be, but this is where the part of the earth where the tectonic plates move the most. This is where the Andes are, the Mount Everest. You got the Philippines, Japan pushing everything. All the tectonic plates are moved, just like the stars and the sun move.
So wait, so let's just pretend that the prime meridian is 33. You said it's 33 degrees off of where Greenwich is. Where is that?
Yeah, that's what was the whole point of this. Sorry.
Is it east or west?
It is, so we've moved it, or it was decreed by the Admiralty in 1700s, 1740 something, to be changed to be Greenwich, so that all map makers, anybody that had anything to do with any navigation or routes, trade routes, had to use their system, had to use their latitude and longitude, and it had to be moved. And you can see this in very you can see this in specific places that they couldn't move the stars, they couldn't move the land. All they could move was the grid, these grids, not the stars or the map, but these latitude and longitude lines that go around that give you, I don't know where my longitude lines are right this second, but they couldn't change anything but those grids going around this way, and it wouldn't change anything of where anything was or where anybody saw anything. It would just change time. It would change the time of the stars. And you can see that. This is a nautical star chart from the Nautical Almanac of 2025. I think this might be 24.
Real quick, Ewan. What I mean is, if it's not Greenwich,
right?
Where is it?
It's
Egypt. Where did you move it?
It's Egypt. Because you can see, look, if you look at the star charts, they had to move Polaris exactly 33 degrees back from the vernal equinox to start the charts, to start where everything was. And they couldn't change the stars. They couldn't change the start of the vernal equinox, but they had to change the Greenwich time. And that means that if you look here's Polaris on the star chart. Look at that number and what it is. It's, geez, I don't even have my glasses on. 327, and it stops at 360. And if you add that up, that's 33 degrees, right? And then you find out who is the ones that were in charge of the Admiralty. The Freemasons. Look at all of the captains' boats. They all had the checker flags. Look at all the Freemasonry and all the things that they say and mean and do. It's a fucking pyramid with the all-seeing eye and 33. That means that they are the ones who did it. You know, they always show you. I shouldn't say that they always show you, but they seem to show you the trickery in plain sight, not to where you know exactly what it is, but their 33 degrees that they're trying to obtain, that is almost impossible to obtain with inside of their ranking, has nothing to do with the story that they tell you. It has to do with that they moved what the map was and everything 33 degrees, so that when you go to find and do this and make your own map and figure out where this place is, as far as not so much to make you not know that the earth is flat, but where Fiji is, where Tonga is, where the French Polynesians are sitting over here, so that you couldn't figure these things out on your own unless you were part of the Admiralty, part of the Illuminati, the in-know crowd, and you knew the 33, you knew the symbology, you knew what to look for, you knew how to discern what you were looking at. And once I moved everything from to where Greenwich wasn't the prime meridian, and now Egypt was the prime meridian, you can see that it looks, with the overlays anyway. Hold on. I've got every overlay, but that overlay, that's crazy. Anyway, you would connect this to where you would get the stars. You would start from the North Pole and you go to Easter Island, North Pole again, down to Tonga, right out here. Then you would go from the South Pole up to Atlantis, South Pole to Angkor Wat, and that gives you the Merkaba or the Star of David or whatever you want to say, but it's a perfect sacred geometric symbol. And when I was able to finally figure all this out and put all these symbols together on top of it, it started to make sense. You have the analemma or the figure eight that runs the circuit of the figure eight that gives you that star. You can kind of see the star there of where I'm saying it should be. And each one of these symbols had a meaning. You had the swastika gave you the rotation the swastika was the rotation for the southern area, which they say the Nazis all went to Antarctica and were really involved in Antarctica and all this kind of stuff. But the swastika was the southern rotation as far as the arms show you the rotation of the stars. The reverse swastika or the rebirth, what the ancients call rebirth, would be the rotation of the. Oh, I got this upside down. I apologize. The rotation of the stars for the north. And you can see that if you overlay all of the sacred geometry from the Nazis, the Jews, the Babylon, everything, even down to the Illuminati, everybody took a certain part of what the information was and put it all together, and you can see all of these symbols come up. You get the ancient compass, the Nordic compass, literally is made by the connection between the sun, the celestial equator, and the prime meridian. That's why it has the forks. That's why it has these different forks coming through, because of how the sun comes through. You get the analemma, literally what you would see if you looked west. This is what the sun's analemma would look like going through. This is called the sky cross. It's from Russian Orthodox or unorthodox. I can't remember if it's Orthodox or unorthodox, but the religion, it's got this cross on top or on everything. The analemma with the cross with the two bars on it. If you want to go a little further with it, you can go to the modern ones to where they had the cross. It was here, but the crosses weren't here. They were a elongated, angled cross. Then it had the cross above it and below it to give you the sky cross that all the Russians use. It just goes on. And then you have ruins as far as the old ancient ruins from Celtic or even Inuit type of images show you that's the separation of the sky. The separation of the sky. If you go to Easter Island, the same thing, the backs of the Easter Island moas or whatever they're called. I can't remember what they're called, to be honest with you. You guys know what I'm talking about, the big heads. They, on their belts, show the universe, Milky Way, whatever you want to call it, separating. That's what is on the backs of the things. The same way that you have all the different things from the Admiralty, these certain images that are on everything, all of your seats, all of the pillows, all the drapery, all had these certain symbols that explain what's happening around us, and it's all hidden knowledge that nobody would even understand if they didn't know to look for it. Now I'll shut up.
I wish we could get a better focus. If you want to take a second to like make the camera show that image again, so we can see some of those symbols a little more clearly. I don't know if anyone else can see it, but yeah, see if you can see through your camera. Maybe move it a little bit further in or out. I'm not sure.
So, do you think 00 is like where Cairo is, and where are you saying Atlantis is?
Atlantis would be right here. It's like, hold on, I'll have to.
Bermuda Triangle area.
It's it's close to there, but it would be a little bit more south and a little bit more east. It's going to be, if that's 30, so that'd be 0, that'd be 30. It's like 45 degrees west latitude by, make sure that's right, by like 14. So yeah, these are on 14. I'm sorry, they're not exactly on the 23. These ones were on 14. They were doing the winter solstice to the 23.35 on the south, not on the north. That's right. But yeah, it's like 14.7 latitude, same as Angkor Wat is like 14 to 17, but it's, what did I say? 30, 40, 45 west latitude by 14 north. And you can see there's a rift right there in the ocean where there was a connection of two rifts, one running north and south, one running east and west, where there are still underground mountains, but they aren't islands. They don't poke out of the ground or anything like that. So that could give you.
If you have your map and you're doing coordinates of places, Fiji was brought up, and you have that. I have the coordinates for you. It's 17. Let's see. 17.65 south and 149.42 west.
Oh, 149.42 west?
Yeah.
That'd be over here, 149.42 west. So be right around here.
Yep. Okay. And then Hawaii would be about where?
On my map, it shows here. I know I'm wrong on this. I've already said this a bunch of times because I think that I have to mix this magnetic field that I'm showing you here, because I did this off of a mathematical magnetic field. So I think it has to be switched, or not switched, but merged with the polyclonic field, which is another projection, but it makes it more sense.
Polyclonic with the equidistant, right?
Yes, it's called the North American polyclonic. I'm not going to say that if people use it or not, but there's people definitely have it. It's not something I came up with or anything, but I think the way that the magnetic field lines work on this, it spreads them out more, right? As far as 180 here, because if I remove this and now we're only looking at the longitude lines, 180 is here, and they meet up right around here. But on the polyclonic, they spread out more up north of north. And the reason that I think that's happening is because all of the information that I can find and all of the information that I can deal with as far as magnetic anomalies are all exactly at these points. But you don't see that represented inside of these fields. As far as I can take a ship, I haven't done this, but I can talk to mariners that have done it. There's many data points that I'll show you that when you get to these exact points, it's not 180, it's like 170 through 162 west to, 162 or 170 west to same thing at the south. It might be opposite of the south, I'm not sure. But anyway, at these exact points, south and north, near New Zealand, but it's a little bit south of New Zealand, you have your compass dances. It'll either stick straight when you can turn your boat literally like this, and that compass will just hit right there, and you're like, what the hell? I know I've turned. Or you can sit there and that compass will just sit there and dance for you all over the place, or spin, or it just gives you erroneous readings. Only in these spots, not, I shouldn't say only, but these are detrimental spots as far as it's going to happen here, it's going to happen here, it's going to happen here, and it's going to happen here. Always.
Well, that makes sense because of the way you were explaining that anywhere out from the north is south, right? So if you're headed out towards the opposite direction of south, but the magnetic field is making your compass want to go backwards, then that would explain why it's kind of freaking out in a more practical way, right?
Well, it's because at this point right here, the compass has to reset, because this prime meridian is the focal point. This is how you get your magnetic declination. If you think about your position, you can use that. Let me just grab something, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you're sitting here, your magnetic declination is 0.
Right.
There can be anomalies. You can have iron mountains, all different things can make a huge difference as far as what your compass will do depending on where you're at in the world. But in a perfect magnetic field or a perfect anomalous place that you're at, you're not going to have any magnetic declination on this specific area right in between on the prime meridian and the celestial equator. When you start moving up and around, it doesn't matter how you are, as far as you over here or over here. It literally matters depending on where you are, what your magnetic declination is, because it's not you're trying to figure it out because, oh, I'm just putting my compass here and then I get my true bearing and then I just, move my compass to where its magnetic heading is at 0 and then that's what my magnetic declination is. It's not how it works. It's an actual mathematical equation. You know what your latitude and longitude is, and you figure out it from a mathematical equation. And I don't know it off the top of my head, but I have it written down. It is
cosine, sine, right? Sine, not sin.
It's sine, but it's sine. Yeah. You would have to have a scientific calculator or know what these mean as far as sine and declination and cosine for Latin. And it just means that you're doing an equation, and it's just sine is the button you're pushing, and it's 2 to the 3rd power divided by 3 to the 4th power. And
bring that up closer to the camera so we can see the equation. It's kind of blurry. Yeah.
This one's for amplitude. This one's for amplitude, for figuring out the stars of what you're at, because it's the same trigonometry equation. And this one's for your compass error, as far as your magnetic declination. And it's just that whenever you figure all these things out, as far as sine to the declination, and the declination is just whatever you are from north, as far as when you look north and your magnetic declination gets you off, as far as what your compass is off of the Polaris, that's what you're multiplying sin to, as far as multiplied by, and then you divide that by cos to the latitude, and that's just whatever your latitude is of where you're at, what you're moving along. If it's the 35th parallel or the 34th, you multiply that by cos, and whatever that comes out to, you multiply it by 60, and that's your compass error. If you didn't multiply it by 60, that would be your amplitude, and that just has to do with plotting your position by using the map that I've created with these star trails.
By the way, when he says sin and cos, he means sine and cosine. Everybody knows that, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, sine and cosine. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Not that you have to say it a certain way to make it make sense. But...
Well, I say everything. That might be one of the reasons I don't really talk about this with people a lot. I say words wrong.
Yeah, because you're just reading it. You're teaching yourself without being in the conversation where it's like, it's like sigma. What were you calling it? Sigma or Octavius?
Octavius. I thought it was Octavius for the longest time, but it didn't matter. It didn't
Doesn't
matter.
matter.
I had
No, it
this.
doesn't.
The data matters, yeah, and you know what
Yeah.
you're talking about for sure.
Hey,
Yeah.
Sigma Octantis.
So are you saying that there's two other realms essentially to make up the Star of David? Is that, did I misinterpret that?
No, that's what it looks like. The geometry is showing me that if eventually when you take, like, okay, I'm going to show something that I didn't think I was going to, but if you take the information if I take the information that I'm getting and I lay all of the star information, all of this, and I want you guys to see this too. This is how I figured out that I could lay the stars over my map, because this is all I had for the longest time with the latitude and longitude. I didn't understand that I could overlay the stars and have it actually work to where I could use it in real life. But this is called a Weems and Plath, right? This is a star finder. It's not to project as far as to tell you how to plot your finding or anything. It's just to where you could go outside, you use this information with the star, the nautical almanac to tell you where the star is going to be, and you place yourself upon it, and you use your grid to where you can say, oh, I just go outside with my compass and it tells me there's Regulus, there's Diotemes, there's, whatever the star is, it'll show you where it is. And I figured out that I could take, because this was the real data, and I could put this together and literally have both of them, not just one on each side, but separate them and make my own. And when I did that, I took and put all of that together with the ley lines, and you can kind of see what I'm getting here. Just
to explain that what you did was you basically at a certain date and time, you froze the stars in a way
at the vernal equinox.
The vernal equinox. This is where the star positions would be above the land, and if you connect the stars in the same way that it seems to make a similar pattern or same pattern that they've used on Earth to represent the ley lines, which is interesting if that's the case.
Well, it's okay. I cheated a little bit on this. I will admit to that. I took the same GP information that you would have from the ball or the real world as far as just GP. I didn't go to the sphere or nothing, but I used the ley line information that they had, and I transposed it onto mine, and this is what I came up with. This is a 60-point ley line on the grid. I mean, that's all it is. And if you look at it, the numbers all together, as far as the same way that they would number it together, you can kind of see it. Now, I know it's going to, maybe you can see it. I don't know if you can, but you can see the faces of the things that people worship. They talked about, you can even see a man's face in there, but maybe you can see it. I don't know if you can, but you can see the faces of the things that people worship. They talked about, you can even see a man's face in there, but a lion. You can see a lion with a mane. You can see a bat. You can see a cat. You can see a dog. You can see all these things. And when you start really seeing the stories that they all talked about, all the megalithic structure builders or the quote unquote people that they say built them, all their stories, no matter if it's about a deity or if it's about their culture, it all can be transposed to be the stars, as far as the progression of the stars going around, just like Jesus, just like everything that has to do with Jesus, the three wise men, as far as the preceding of the son being born out of Virgin Mary on December 21st.
Through the constellation Virgo, through the constellation Virgo of the Virgin, yeah.
Just like Jesus, just like everything that has to do with Jesus, the three wise men, as far as the preceding of the son being born out of Virgin Mary on December 21st.
Through the constellation Virgo, through the constellation Virgo of the Virgin, yeah.
Right. Well, the same thing happens in the Mayan culture. The same thing happens in the Aztec culture. The same thing happened with what was his name? Not Nebuchadnezzar. What's his name? Gilgamesh. He was, born of a virgin mother. All these fucking things. Just everything has to do with what we're I shouldn't say what we're talking about.
The
Has to do with
precession
the
of the
star
star.
connection, and if you put the star connections on these ley lines, they kind of add up. As far as if you put it to where you're showing Orion is literally sitting over the top of Egypt at this exact moment in time every year at the vernal equinox at noon. I mean, that's where the sun and I shouldn't say the sun, but that's where the what would you call it? Orion's belt is sitting right over. And what do you know? They built a huge, one of the biggest megalithic structures that mirrors Orion's belt for that exact moment in time.
And back in the day, I sent you a video that showed other connections across the Earth with Orion's belt, and even in Tonga, they had like these 3 squares that were kind of offset in exactly the same way, mirroring that. And that was a big thing that started you on lining up some of the other things with what at the time you thought would be more like the actual equator compared to the equator they were given to the sun.
It was like this. I thought, so I knew the stars worked this way as far as if you can see what I'm talking about. It's the same patterns of what we see in the stars, 2 disks, converging and diverging, east to west, and you can see the movement, the green arrows showing you which way it is. But I thought that if you look at the megalithic structures, I thought it was only one line on the celestial equator that was giving it, and they were doing pi. They were figuring out exactly when, from the North Pole, when it would cross over Fiji, when it would cross over, or Tonga, and then when it would cross over the Philippines. And they would actually time it out exactly, and when it was exactly the vernal equinox, when it was exactly the summer solstice, when it was these times to plant, when it was the times to harvest, they would build a megalithic structures along that line. But I didn't realize that it was a 2-pole at that point. As far as I knew it was 2-pole, I didn't realize that the sun followed that 2-pole. I thought it looked like this. I thought it looked like this. I thought it went around and just dipped down here like this, but that's not what the sun does, because if you follow the GP as far as the actual positioning of what the sun's doing through the year, it crosses this barrier, never comes back up above it. It doesn't do a circle like this. It literally comes down and goes and then comes up and then goes down.
Charging and discharging.
Charging.
Do you think the megalithic structures are all one society, or like
no? No, they're not. They're not one society, but they're one idea. It'd be like the same idea as saying the Freemasons are all one society. The Freemasons aren't one society. You have free and accepted Masons. You have Freemasons. You have Daughters of the Star, or certain things that are Freemasons, but not all clans and positions accept it. But you can see who the beginning was, and the reason is because there's so much what do they call it, illumination or writing on the ones that get further out from the center. The further out you go from the beginning idea of where you're going to start, how it's going to begin, and everything. Egypt, I mean, there's all kinds of not calligraphy,
cartography,
whatever, images, pictographs, whatever, carvings,
hieroglyph.
Not hieroglyphs. There you go.
Hieroglyphs, yeah. Okay.
Not in the pyramids. The pyramids are bare. There is not one hieroglyph in the pyramids, not made by the builders, not made by anybody who was anybody within a time frame of 1,000 or 12,000 years building that thing, carved any information into it. But as you move out away from here, especially when you get to the edges of either the north or the south, it gets engaged, or I'm saying the wrong word, embellished. You can see Mayan technology, our carvings, Aztec, Angkor Wat, even some of the things that you see down in the off the shore of, it's not off the shore of here, but it's actually up over in here. But these islands that were built by basaltic rocks that are like octagonal things that are 10, 20 tons, and entire islands were built out of these things. But they're just embellished more than anything you can see. And the further you get away, it's almost like the further time went on, the further they progressed out, the more the
Intricate.
empire or intricate or the more bullshit was put on top of everything to make it where it was not used for the sole purpose of what it was intended for.
Interesting. Now, so you're saying we talked about the idea.
That was amazing, bro. Oh, dude. All right. Thank you. Wow. I mean, you got to revisit this stuff occasionally. But good stuff, man. I'm going to stop the stream right now, man. I got to go to bed. But hope you guys enjoyed that. Yeah, it's a lot there, man. Wow. Yeah, we'll get through this this year. I'm not going to say we're going to power through it, the next week or two, but give us a few months. This is all new information, man. This is fresh. And we'll figure it out, man. We got this. But yeah, piece by piece, man. I can't do it all in one night, man. One day. I can try, but... All right. Cheers, man. Cheers.